Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a little test right here. So I'm in my house. There's not a lot of good light right now because it's getting dark here in Walnut Creek, California. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm so grateful for all the donations that you guys have given for our expedition of love to Africa, to Zambia, Africa. And Allie and I are preparing to go in July. And I just wanted to let you know that the way that I found out about this was through my friend Elena, and it was actually after church, and one Sunday I was just exhausted. I had the opportunity to speak in one of our main meetings. It was a big congregation, and I was one of the main speakers. And then after that, the third hour, I was also teaching all of the women. And so I came home completely exhausted, and my friend just said, hey, we should go to this fireside meeting. And there's a wonderful woman speaking, and her name is Catherine Headley Minor, and she has gone all over the world, and she started this nonprofit organization called Mothers Without Borders. And I had heard about it, but not a whole lot. And so it was intriguing to me. And I said, oh, I don't know if I want to go. And she's like, well, I don't know if I want to go either. I'm really tired and I have a lot to do. And I said, I'm literally in bed in my pajamas because I just wanted to take a little nap and I was really groggy. But I said, okay, let's just go. It was in Palo Alto. So I said, I'll have a dress on in 15 minutes. So she said, okay. So we decided to go, and I am so glad that I did, because when we got there and I heard the stories that Kathy told, wow, talk about moving. It was quite amazing. She talked about this one little girl named, now I'm forgetting her, Carol Zulu. And she was this young teen. And what really touched me about this one story she told was on the theme of forgiveness. And this young girl named Carol had been abused by one of the male family members. I believe it was an uncle. And yet she was so happy. She had contracted HIV. She had been through so much in her life. She didn't have a whole lot to eat on a daily basis. She had extreme health problems. She didn't have a lot of clothing. She didn't have a house. I mean, I think the house that she did have had multiple family members, and it was, I believe, donated to them. I don't even think they owned it. So just in hearing all of her challenges, I was struck by the fact that she was still so happy. And Kathy talked about just this glow and this vibrant peace that emanated from her. And she talked about how this one time Carol said, I really need to talk to you. And so they had this little chat, this little meeting, and Carol said, why don't you forgive? She asked Kathy this question, why don't you forgive? And Kathy thought she was talking about people in general. And she said, well, you know, sometimes we may not forgive people because maybe we're just not ready, or, you know, but, you know, I think I've done a pretty good job with forgiving people. And she said, no. She just shook her head no. And so Kathy said, I guess I just misunderstood her. So she said, no, why don't you forgive? And so she had to get a little more clarification. And Carol was referring to her uncle who had sexually abused her. And Kathy said, I hate him. I hate him for what he's done to you. I hate him for being the person that gave you HIV and causing all these things to you. And Carol said, that is not your place. that is for God to decide. And I have forgiven him. And you need to forgive him. And when she told that story, it just really touched me, because I think so often in our lives we hold on to baggage, heavy, heavy baggage that we need to let go of, because maybe we deem it necessary to hold on to, because we judged whatever or whoever did what to us along our path, evil or bad or wrong. And maybe we hold on so tight because we don't feel that they should be forgiven. And so when Kathy spoke of these stories, like I said, I was just so touched and moved by Spirit, and just the happiness that permeated these children that she talked about. And I just knew I had to be a part of this Mothers Without Borders and this nonprofit organization that helped so many children. And I really just wanted to dive in and be a part of this service and this volunteer work. And so I came home and I talked to my daughter, who's 17, and she has always wanted to go to Africa. I have no idea why, but she's always wanted to go, in particularly Zimbabwe. And I said, well, it's not in Zimbabwe, but it's in Zambia. And so she was excited. And so that's when we decided, okay, how can we make this work? So we really sat down and thought about it, and it started to feel like more of a reality as we talked to some of the leaders of this organization. And they said, you know, why don't you apply? And there's fundraising campaigns that you can do. And then this really nice gentleman named Tanner helped us with the campaign, virtual campaign. So that's the link that you've been seeing like crazy, that we've been generating everywhere on all of our social engagements. And I just want to say thank you so much. We have almost made 10% of our goal. And our goal is $10,000 before July 18th. And that is to go for plane tickets, for meals, for lodging. And that's for both Alexandra and I, for Allie and I. And we are just so excited. And yeah, wow, when we're over there, so we're going to get to help with the Children's Resource Center there. We are going to be able to help with some health clinics there. We are going to be able to just play with the children and show them love and play games with them, and really have that interaction that they may not get on a daily basis from others. And so just to be able to be part of that culture and see that land and embark on even the oral history and learn about the way that they live compared to the abundance that we have. I think it's going to be not only eye-opening for me, but especially Allie. I'm not sure if she realizes how much she has, and I'm sure I don't even, because I've been in some poor areas in the United States, but I'm sure this doesn't even compare. Anyway, again, I just want to say thank you so much for the love and support that you've shown us. And I want to say, I know that we can do this together, and through your help that we can raise $10,000. And basically, let me just break that down for you. It's 1,000 people donating $10. So if you have a friend who, basically can click on that link that I've put on Facebook and Instagram, and actually even my YouTube channel, then they click on it, and it's really self-explanatory, and they can just see all about our campaign and what we're going to be doing there, and then donate $10. That would be amazing. Thank you, thank you. If you have any other questions, feel free to just comment or IM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I would love to extend my answer and love back to you. Okay, thanks so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week wherever you are in the world, and I appreciate your support once again. Mwah, mwah.